Simple squats are far too easy to gain any strength from doing them. Perhaps you could work some muscular endurance if you challenge the muscles with 30-40 or more repetitions, but too light for strength gains. Instead, try a single-legged squat or stand up from a low seat using just one leg. Your target is to challenge the front of thigh muscles and potentially some calf muscle too. Aiming for as much loaded work through the knee joint as you can lift. Reaching your hands out in front will help you keep your balance. On the way down, try to fall as little as possible. Also try to remain seated as briefly as possible. Where your foot remains mostly flat, you should, for this exercise, aim effort through the front half of the foot. Number of repetitions aren't important. The target should be difficulty and strain. You can slow the exercise down and make it difficult, use a lower seat to lower yourself to, or remove all momentum from each repetition. If difficult enough, you should achieve muscular fatigue in 10 to 15 repetitions or so. Working to failure isn't necessary, but doing so occasionally will be really beneficial. Next, moving into a pushing exercise. Chest, shoulders, triceps. Performing push-ups on a raised level adds to the proprioception and feel of the muscles working, as well as the instability, raising the difficulty. Add or take away difficulty by changing the angle at which you perform the push-ups. Head higher and feet lower makes it easier, and the opposite making it harder. Perform the exercise slow and controlled and aim for a mind-to-muscle connection. Concentrate on exerting effort from the desired muscle group. Breath in on the way down and out as you push into the bar or platform. You can also add to the difficulty by briefly pausing at the bottom, just an inch from the bar, but not locking out the joints at the top of the movement. Locking joints gives muscles a moment's rest and only serves to prolong the exercise. Second leg exercise. This time aiming for the back of thighs and glutes. Although glutes will have already worked somewhat in the first exercise. With a park bench just behind you, raise a heel into the bottom of the seat, to keep the foot in place, and help maintain your balance. Standing on one leg, 30 to 40 centimeters from the bench, hinge at the hip to reach down towards the ankle. As you reach down, hips can lean back slightly, but try to keep your body weight pressing down through the heel. Pause for a brief moment at the bottom, and then, intentionally, clench the buttock and back of thigh of the standing leg to return to the starting position. Try 10 to 15 concentrated repetitions on one leg, then, try to match the intensity on the other. Move slowly and intentionally. It'll be very easy to just go through the motion, but the benefit will lie in slow and intentional muscular contraction. Suffer the target muscles as much as you can take. On to pulling muscles. Muscles on your back and your biceps. Of course, everybody finds pulling body weight much more difficult than pushing, but this will just mean you will reach muscular fatigue sooner, and, perhaps, a little momentum, in a safe manner, could be employed to reach an appropriate repetition count. Try to initiate movement by unshrugging the shoulders. On the first half of the way up, work back muscles by thinking, or focusing on, pulling elbows down. Then, near the top of the movement, think or focus on completely closing the elbow joint and reaching thumbs to your chest. Mind-muscle connection. If it is an exercise you struggle with more, you can always try 2 slightly shorter sets. Remember, a deep breath out on the effort, and deep breath in on the way down again. If you're moving, you must be breathing. Unshrug to initiate. Elbows down for back muscles. Fingers to chest for biceps. And finally ending with some abdominal work. You should treat the abdominal muscles like any other that you intend to strengthen. Aim for difficulty and intensity of exercise over quantity. Use pace and leverage to achieve the required strain on the muscle. Try not to bend and straighten through the hip joint like so many do with sit-ups. Instead, imagine a line between the sternum and the belly button, and, when under load, slowly and intentionally lengthen and shorten that line. As I do here, I use a position where I can leverage my body weight back from the bar I sit on and then lift the chest as if lengthening the sternum belly button line, and then shorten it as I exhale on the crunch. Keep it slow and controlled and try to perform this while bracing the belly button in towards your spine. Move with deep breaths and feel the abdominal muscles lifting the load. See how the muscles feel tomorrow and perhaps try again in a couple of days. Perhaps 2 or 3 sets per exercise. As you move along your strengthening schedule, from one workout to the next, have a little play with technique, so long and it remains safe, and perhaps place extra focus, or give more attention to slightly weaker moves. Gradually adapt and mold the workout to best fit you. It'll also become more important to space out training sessions, to allow plenty of recovery time, and help performance by using regular flexibility work. Remember, it's not the activity that you do that gives you an injury, but, instead, the condition of your body before you do it. Increased risk will come with the accumulation of stress and tension in the muscle.